My brother's laughter cracked through the courtroom like a whip. She's a fake vet. No benefits, no claims. He jeered as the will was read. I didn't move. My lawyer didn't move. But the judge did when my lawyer slipped him the unopened envelope. The judge's face went pale. Officers, seal this court immediately, and that was the moment I got ready to speak. The moment my brother finally learned who took his place. He used Toby, my closest ally, my older brother, the one who swore he'd protect me after our father died. We grew up fighting side by side, shoulder to shoulder against the world. I trusted him more than anyone. But trust has a way of blinding you. It blinds you until the knife slips between your ribs and you realize the hand holding it is his. I was the one who stayed behind when our mother was sick. I was the one who paid her bills when he vanished overseas, pretending to serve in silence. When she passed, I buried her alone. And then he returned, uniform sharp, medals polished, stories rehearsed. The hero, the veteran. Only he wasn't. It began with small cracks. His stories didn't line up. Names of bases changed, dates blurred. The medals were too new, too shiny. One night I asked about his sunit. He hesitated. His eyes darted like a man trying to remember a lie. That was when I knew. I dug slowly, carefully. Military records, service logs, databases, and the truth stood in black and white. My brother never served a single day. Not a draft, not at deployment, nothing. He was no soldier. He was a thief wearing another man's honor. And he planned to claim everything my parents left. Because, Ash told people, I bled for this country. He hadn't bled for anyone. I didn't confront him. Not yet. Anger is a weakness. Rage makes mistakes. Instead, I became quiet, cold, watching. I knew the will would be contested. I knew he'd challenge me in court, waving his fraudulent status like a weapon. So I built my own arsenal. I found the widow of the man whose name he used. She still had the letters, the folded flag, the discharge papers. I met with a retired colonel who confirmed the service record. And I documented everything, every medal purchased online, every fraudulent claim filed in his name. Piece by piece, I stitched the noose, and I waited for the right room to tighten it. The day of the will reading arrived. He swaggered into the courtroom, chest full of fake valor, ready to humiliate me. He thought he'd already won. When the will confirmed what he wanted, assets tied to veteran benefits, he erupted in laughter. She's nothing. No service, no sacrifice. I'm the one with the scars. I let him finish. I let him gloat. Then my lawyer passed the envelope. The judge broke the seal. Inside, official military confirmation, notarized testimonies, and the widow's sworn statement. All damning, all final. The judge's lips thinned, his face drained of color. Mr. Hale, you never served. My brother's smirk faltered. He shifted in his chair. This is a mistake. The judge raised his hand. Officers, seal this court immediately. The silence that followed was heavier than any verdict. I stood. All eyes turned to me, but I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. You lied to our family, to this court, to every person who thanks you for a service you never gave. You stole another man's name, his medals, his sacrifice, and now you've lost everything. He shook his head, panic swelling in his eyes. You can't. This is my inheritance. No. I cut in, calm, precise. It's mine, and you'll leave this room with nothing but the truth you've been running from. The officers closed in. He lunged, desperate, but the weight of the courtroom crushed him. The medals rattled against his chest as they dragged him out. Cheap tin bottom line, stripped of meaning. When the doors slammed shut, I exhaled for the first time in years. The inheritance wasn't the victory. Exposing him was. For years, I carried his betrayal like lead in my bones. But today, in front of everyone, the world saw him for what he was. Not a hero, not a soldier, a fraud. And me, I walked out lighter. Not because I won the estate, but because I reclaimed my place. He always thought I was the quiet one, the weaker one, and never realized silence was strategy. No, he does. And as he sat in a cell that night, stripped of honor, stripped of claim, I imagine he finally understood the truth. The place he thought was his was always mine.